The opinions expressed in this segment are solely those of the commentator. They do not purport to reflect the opinions or views of this station, CTV News, Bell Media, or its employees.
Tonight, Steve Murphy has some thoughts on promises the federal leaders have made on the campaign trail about Canadian sovereignty and which ideas he thinks should be implemented once the campaign is over.
If there's one lesson we've learned from the first 94 days of the Trump madness, it's that Canada needs to become much more independent in trade and defense. Now, as consumers, we've taken first small but important steps by deciding to buy Canadian, buy local, wherever and whenever we can. And our premiers have committed to tearing down interprovincial trade barriers. Let's make sure they actually do it. But we also need to expand trade with Mexico and the United Kingdom and the European Union, the Caribbean, and South America. We need to pursue new markets with willing partners. True independence also involves the reassertion of Canadian sovereignty. The current federal election campaign has produced several useful ideas when it comes to national defense. Beyond new ships and fighter jets, the Liberals are proposing submarines and drones. The Conservatives promise 2 additional icebreakers for the Navy and to deliver the 2 now under construction by 2029. All 3 parties are promising to increase our presence in the Arctic. The Conservatives and the NDP have committed to building a base in Iqaluit. The Conservatives say they'd do it in 2 years. We also need to invest in our existing bases. A hardened border could also include a role for the armed forces, which might be expanded to include a national border patrol. Yes, these things will require more people and more money. We need to quickly fill the thousands of vacancies in the Canadian Forces, and all of the members deserve a raise. And we've never fulfilled our NATO commitment to spend 2% of GDP on defense. We should move to do so immediately, with a plan to increase that to 3% by 2029. The U.S., by the way, is already demanding that NATO allies develop a plan to get to 5%. The NDP's idea of a new national savings bond could help pay for these trade and defense initiatives. We could call it the True North Sovereignty Bond. Where can I sign up? And let's do all of these things, regardless of who wins the election on Monday. I'm Steve Murphy.